Okay, so kind of randomly or out of nowhere, maybe not to some people, but Larian decided to do another community update right before the launch of Baldur's Gate 3. I want to go into some of the key details of it, maybe not everything. Try to go over it kind of briefly a little bit here because some of the stuff we already knew about and some of the stuff is being more explained, but not fully, just so there's no spoilers. So the first thing you'll notice here is the power of a mind flare. That's what they're going to wield the power of a mind flare. For those that don't know, essentially, in the beginning opening cutscene of the game, it goes to where you're like got this tadpole that's being inserted into you, like your eye or whatever, essentially, and that's how mind flares are created. They like put them in people's like eyes or whatever, bodies, whatever amount of time needs to take place. They eventually become a mind flare, so they're trying to make more mind flares essentially when they're focusing on that with this. So not only that though, you'll have the option where it's like a hidden skill tree in a sense with these tadpoles where you get extra abilities. That it's optional though. You don't have to do it, but that will, kind of like maybe make the grinding less, I don't know, annoying or frustrating for you and like give you some extra abilities to mess around with while you're leveling up your like main class and stuff like that and main abilities. So it's kind of a nice in between thing to do or focus on if you choose to do so. Essentially, while these creatures may be a source of great power, all that they offer comes with a cost. As the parasite's host, you must make a choice. Will you resist the powers and the corruption that comes with them, or will you embrace them, risking your body, mind, and soul to save the realms, or destroy them? So leading more into the multiple endings thing. So you have a choice. Use these powers for good or use them for evil. It's up to you. I love that. And you don't necessarily need to use these like tadpole powers to do an evil route. It's just an additional thing. It's an added layer. If your desire for power outweighs your concern for the well-being of anyone else, or if you simply think psionic levitation would really be neat party trick, then Iliad powers may be for you. Yeah. So it kind of goes in here a little bit of like a screenshot of like, what these powers look like, what you can possibly do. Iliad powers are hidden skill tree. Use to enhance your command over your newfound Iliad capabilities. Those who wish to harness Parasite's power must first find more of these parasites throughout the Forgotten Realms. Some can be located inside jars and in pools of brine, others within the skulls of the infected, and then you must consume them. So yeah, you literally have to eat them to mess around with these powers some more. It's pretty weird, pretty crazy, and cool to some people. Each parasite consumed unlocks one new Iliad power within a skill tree of 25 powerful Mind Flare inspired abilities, completely separate to the options you have when you level up in a traditional sense. These are divided into 5 branches themed around manipulation, manipulation, health restoration, psionics, and abilities that can inflict immense damage and torment enemies to gradually weaken them over time. Some abilities can be used to control those around you, pushing them to say things in dialogue they would otherwise not. Others endow you with the power to push and pull enemies like ragdolls during battle. So essentially, force powers. Essentially, what this is giving you, if you decide to like to me, this is like how I would possibly make a Jedi or Sith type of build in the game. And trust me, I know there's people out there thinking like I do in that, because I definitely would like to make some type of like Sith or Jedi type build in this. So this to me is going to help with that. And you got so many avenues you can go with this. I'm loving it. I'm definitely going to do this. Not on my first playthrough, maybe on like a second one or like a super evil run or something like that. We'll see. It sounds really cool. I love it. And like just ragdolls, like pull and push. Enemies like ragdolls, like you're using the force. Hell yeah. Why not? And not only can you use abilities to control those around you, like kind of like mind control in a sense, like the force or mind manipulation type stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm all down for that. Not sure what this is here with this, person or this creature. I'm not too familiar with the lore. But this is a displacer beast. I'm not sure exactly how you become that, or what do you gotta do for that to happen. But yeah, that's a thing apparently. The deeper you go through the Iliad skill tree, the more powers you'll discover, but nothing comes without a cost. While your companions can also consume parasites to gain their powers, not everyone in your party will agree to it. And your companion's perception of you can undergo a significant shift based on how you approach this opportunity. Once again, a very dynamic in how the game's going to be, your playthrough, as far as like based on your choices, decisions, and because your companions may not necessarily agree with this approach, they could leave you, they could betray you, anything can happen. This is a game with so many possibilities. And there'll be a Baldur's Gate 3 Twitch drop. So as you can see here, some Twitch drops. If you care about this stuff, certain streamers will be, I guess, having this on their channel. Check it out. I'm guessing you could probably change the color of this stuff. I don't know. It doesn't really look all that great to me personally, but if you're into it, have at it. You got Tirebox tabards, stream hopper loafers, undergarments, and trunks. So yeah, you can respec your party. There is Withers who's in the game. You'll meet him early on if you find the area is in, and essentially that'll help you respec. I think it costs like 100 gold. I don't know if it increases beyond that, if it's always 100 gold. But yeah, that's something to keep in mind too. So for newcomers, have fun with this. Respec as much as you want to figure out your build. Honestly, I would suggest respecing every 3 levels anyway, or at least think about respecting every 3 levels just to see if you want to switch something up to better optimize your build, as well as if you're playing a solo run, better optimize your companions' builds as well too. And to see here, this is the launch day times. There's no preload. Let me double check here. Yeah, okay, so yeah, there would be no preloading of this game before then. So this is what you got for the times globally. If you're Eastern time like me, 11 a.m. Pacific time is 8 a.m. Looks like up the north by Quebec, 11 a.m. as well. And then UK area, like Dublin, is 4 p.m. So you see here, yeah, you get the idea. So it's essentially going to launch at the same time for everybody. Looks like there's cross save through I think it's DOG. Oh no, wait, through the virtual phone count system, it's cross save compatible at launch, so will continue to be the case through September 6th. PS5 launch, meaning that, for example, if you wanted to play on your PC or Steam deck, you could continue the adventure on your PS5 on September 6th. And PS5's versus separate. Okay, so yeah, never mind. I thought it was just between Steam and GOG, but no. This is between all that, it looks like. Awesome. Romantic alchemy, finding love in Baldur's Gate. So, looks like there's some clarification on who you can romance and who you cannot. Essentially, that's what I really want to go into. So, let's drop down to that. So to offer further clarity on exactly who can romance, who in Baldur's Gate 3, we laid it out in the least romantic way possible below. So, a played origin can romance an NPC origin. An NPC origin, oh my god, if my freaking mouse would work. An NPC origin cannot romance an NPC origin. And then a played origins cannot romance other player origins. So basically, if you still don't fully get that. So if like all 4 of you are player origin characters, right? In an online multiplayer, you cannot romance each other. Okay? If you are playing as an origin character in a solo run, where you got your custom character you made, and you got the origin characters you're playing as in your party, they can romance an NPC origin. Hence, the bear scene of Astarion romancing the druid bear. And then, NPC origin cannot romance NPC origin characters. So, non-playable, can't romance non-playable. Our relationship system is designed for romancing NPCs only. However, if you and your co-op partner both kiss your monitors at the same time, the static shock you'll experience produces a heart racing effect similar to the feeling of love. If you begin to feel pain or ambulance, please call hospital immediately. I like that. They throw that in there as like a joke. Oh man. Untangling dialogue. Whose line is it anyway? So many eagle-eyed chatterboxes have noticed that Baldur's Gate 3 allows you to look back at dialogue history while you're in conversation, in case you've forgotten what you said. Or want to realign your train of thought. We're happy to confirm that yes, you needn't worry about forgetting what you said, but just exploring the entire world, end up in jail, align yourself with an actual murderous alien, etc. Thanks to the ability to look back at the conversation and get a sense of where you're at. It's a neat feature that pops up in the community a lot, so we've decided to highlight it for those who haven't yet jumped in. Doom scrollers, do not worry, we got your back. On the topic of Doom and chatter, we get a lot of questions about how conversations work in your party of 4. So I thought we'd lay out some scenarios that explain how it's handled. Typically, the character who initiates the conversation in both single player and multiplayer hosts that conversation. In multiplayer, their players can witness the conversation by clicking on the appropriate icon or character, which allow them to vote on the host character's choices and dialogue. Right? It's been a thing since early access, so yeah, you can ignore your friend's vote, or you can just do it, or follow what your friends want to do, essentially. And what if I enter a conversation with a character who has the wrong proficiencies for the choices I'm dealt? This depends on a few things. When a conversation is started unexpectedly, the character who initiated whatever led to the conversation will host the conversation. That character's proficiencies will therefore be the ones used to decide the fate of the conversation. So, example, if you run around a corner and bump into someone unexpectedly, you're the person who's going to have the conversation. In some cases, you can back out the conversation, re-enter it with another character by like a single player selecting another member of your party. In others, fate works as intended. As fate, our dialogue systems are designed to feel organic as they would in real life. Where there's agency in life, there's agency in Baldur's Gate 3. When situations are more fateful, you've your wits, yeah, and your proficiencies to unattainable. Wow, I can't read. To untangle them. So yeah, there's a lot of freedom here, but there's also some fixed stuff you can't get out of too. In multiplayer, you will also have the option to set certain dialogues into private, so your teammates won't be able to listen in on them, perfect for romance or betrayal, if you want to go that route. So, whether it's based on race, class, or proficiencies, it's important to remember that there are truly no wrong answers, but plenty of consequences in the long term. The story will be defined by your choices and consequences of your actions. You will always have choices to make. Trust the dice. So yeah, not much longer, guys. Not much longer at all. Very excited about this, and it's gonna be great. Cannot wait to do some videos for you guys in the future, like some beginner tips, go over like the races and the full version of the game. Classes in the full version game to kind of give you some beginner tips with that stuff, because races will still be important as far as which race you choose, mainly because of the race features. So consider that as well. And plus, you can't respec your race anyway, so that's going to be very important. And I can't wait to get build guide videos out for you guys as well too, ASAP, and other guide videos for you to help you out. And I'll be streaming this on my Twitch, so make sure you check me out there. Anytime you want to when I'm live streaming this. Come on by, share your thoughts, concerns like that, or just fun stuff you're doing in the game. That'd be a great time. Link in the description below for that, twitch.tv/micro_hero. And I look forward to jumping this and showcasing my playthrough, my solo playthrough, and my co-op playthrough. Actually, a couple co-op playthroughs I'll be doing with some friends. So it's going to be a lot of fun. This game is going to take over my life. Are you ready for it to take over yours? It's a thing too, It's going to be a lot of fun. And this is probably the game of the year.